Derek, you all right over there?
Yes. I usually wait to cry at night when I watch dog videos, but god damn it. Okay.
Put that and start watching it whenever you feel depressed.
Oh god damn it. Okay.
That's gonna be one of those moments when I rewatch these where like I'm just cackling the whole time, like the first time I've heard it.
Like it was almost like it was like a sentence that had a ... It wasn't like an end sentence. He was like, yeah, and that. Like that. I was like, what?
Popping.
You should put you should like tag that and put it like in an intro or an outro or something like that.
It was like something like that. Brooks was already.
This shit's about to be popping. Yeah. Oh, bro.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, fucking Christ. Yeah, Jake, you can go with your second one. That's fine. Go ahead. What's up?
Oh, I was gonna come up with a new topic.
Derek, you figure out what you? I mean, did you say what you wanted?
No, I thought Jake said I thought Jake said he had a second dessert.
Oh no! I said I have another topic after this. Like that kind of correlates with it.
Shit. I don't know if y'all know this, but you know I'm not like a huge dessert person.
Yeah. I figured.
Like I'm not a
why I wrote the
person,
question
like
because I know you're gonna be a dessert guy.
But if I'm on like usually I go on like crazes where I'll do something for like a week or two and then I just kind of withers away. It's usually mint chocolate chip ice cream that's Bluebell, or like that I'll eat all the time.
Yep.
Or, God, what's honestly, any fucking dessert my mom makes besides, like to be honest, like I'm not a big cake person at all. But when she makes red velvet cake,
oh, I love red velvet cake.
That's all I gotta say right there.
Yeah.
That is the only cake that I like, and she's the reason that I like that cake. So
is it like the sweetness you're not a fan of, or is
I think, and I'm sure that you say, "Oh, you haven't had the right cake." Every single cake that I've tried, even the one that looks moist, is dry as fuck.
Right.
And the reason is because I don't like milk. So when they say, "Oh, wash it down with a glass of milk," I don't like milk. Milk makes me. I don't know why, but it makes me sick. Like I can drink.
Boy, I'd be eating cake just so I could drink milk.
I love fucking milk. I love milk.
Okay, you and Jake need to have a fucking chug off.
Drink it. I just love to drink it. I don't like to fuck it, so Austin might win that.
But yeah,
I just drink milk.
Like
Austin sounds like he fucks it until it curdles. So
Jesus Christ.
Which speaking of like fucking milk, but no. But I was gonna say I'm surprised Austin didn't pick cereal because I remember one stint when we lived together, this motherfucker would eat 8 bowls of cereal a day for like 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Well, I don't consider that a.
He's a cereal eating fiend.
Yeah, but
and maybe that's why America is the way it is because I don't classify that as a dessert. It's pure sugar, but it's a breakfast food. It's not a dessert.
But I would say Bluebell mint chocolate chip ice cream. Even though
that's my favorite ice cream.
Right. Even though I do fucks with some Ben and Jerry's, the Tonight Dough or the Stephen Colbert one. Stephen Colbert one's pretty good. But yeah, mint chocolate chip ice cream is probably my shit that I would drink. I'm also like a big I love like liquids. So if I could get like a nice cold, I know, Jake. I know you're thinking of some jokes.
Jesus Christ!
But I do consider sodas somewhat of a dessert because it's straight sugar.
Yeah,
a fucking an authentic, like from a great place, cream soda in a bottle.
Yeah.
I would have that for a dessert. I fucking love cream soda. Shut your fucking mouth, Jake. I know what you're thinking because cream's in the fucking name.
That's not what I was thinking.
Have you tried like a cream soda? Have you tried like a cream soda float? Just put ice cream in it.
I have, but I still fucks with root beer floats, brother. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, like cream soda by itself, like right now, like if I want a soda, I drink Zevias. Zevias are like better versions of diet soda, and I don't feel bad after drinking 18 of them. The cream soda tastes like actual fucking cream soda. Yeah. That's the only one that tastes like its counterpart. Whereas like root beer tastes, it's like whatever. The Coca-Cola tastes, The The Mountain Dew one's kind of okay, but the only one that actually tastes like its counterpart is like cream soda. Oh gosh, kaboop!
I don't drink very much sodas really, but if I really do, it's cream soda.
That's why I've been fucking with these. These have gotten me off of soda, 100%. Like these are expensive. They're like $1.50 a piece, but they got me off soda, 100%.
Well, we didn't want your company anyways.
What?
I don't know. It became, because I was trying to kick it, and then I got a job to where I get doused in it pretty much all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I remember trying to kick it really hard when I started working there. Like I was going on like 2 to 3 months without it. It was going great, right? And then a case or a pallet fell over, and cases exploded. And I remember it distinctly, like hitting my lip. Oh, fuck! What is happening? So the moment I tasted, because it was Mountain Dew, it was my favorite, my liter of dew.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I was 4 months into my AA and I was doing good. Then one sip just set me back on my fucking. I said, you know what? Maybe one Mountain Dew today won't be too bad.
So you relapsed.
Dude, I crashed and burned. Like, because I got one out of the vending machine during lunch and I drank it. I was like, okay, that's not bad. And then I stopped at a gas station on the way home. I was like, oh, maybe a 12-pack. That won't be that bad.
Oh, God.
And then,
Crush that
and then-
12-pack in an hour.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
You definitely relapsed, dude. You got fucked.
You
It was
OD'd.
like-
It was
Yeah,
one
like
drop that started everything.
It was like I found my one hidden flask and I said maybe just a sip for a good old time.
Was it got
And
covered?
then I'm like,
in it?
man, I wonder if that store's still open. Fuck. Like, fucking.
Oh, jeez.
It's the same for me at my job, dude. Like, there's free soda. I literally work with a soda fountain, and so
Oh, nice. Ours isn't free, which
yeah,
is kind of
so-
fucking stupid because
That's
we
so
stock them.
stupid.
We
where I work,
literally
it's-
stock the machines and then pay $1 for it. It's like,
Right.
what?
Yeah,
What?
I work at my job is we have Pepsi products, so we have
Thank
all
you.
that, and so it had gotten so bad, I was like, dude, I really gotta stop. So I've literally only been drinking water and a splash of lemonade just to get through my sweet craving at work. And it's helping a lot. It's really helping a lot because I don't.
So lemon water.
Outside of that, I don't buy any sodas. But man, it was so bad working there because it's like, oh, Dr. Pepper all the time.
Yeah, dude. 23 flavors, awesome.
Brooks, have you tried just doing unsweet tea?
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah,
I mix it up. I do water and the splash lemonade and unsweet tea.
Yeah, because that's what I think it's just I'm probably the only one in the group. I don't know if Austin. But I like bitter tasting things. That's why I drink my coffee black. That's why I like unsweet tea. I'm probably going to get shot by either one of you or people in the comments. I absolutely hate sweet tea.
Me too.
I don't like it. It gives me a headache.
Mm-hmm.
You fake Southern fuck.
You fake Southern stupid son bitch. Yeah, okay. And I'm sure that people will say, oh, well, you're just not used to it. Bro, when I was drinking a 12-pack of soda a day and I go drink a sweet tea, I want to die. I don't know what it was, but sodas were different. I think it's because the crispness, whereas it didn't feel like you were drinking sugar. It felt like there was a little something extra with the soda, whereas sweet tea just literally felt like
it's like drinking wool.
Yeah, it's literally it's a grown up version of fucking Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
sweet tea. That's all it
is. I prefer unsweet tea, but there is sometimes I will do half and half. Or you gotta get that little sweetness of it, but it's not overbearing.
Or Arnie Pommies.
There you go.
So
I remember the one time where it was you and Brooks and our other friend at the time.
Yeah, not Jake.
Yeah. Weird flex, dude.
Yeah, sorry. But we went to McDonald's.
Friends? What the fuck?
Yeah, McDonald's.
We went to McDonald's and I think Brooks was in the car, or I was just by myself, and he was like, "Dude, you should get the sweet tea from there."
Nectar of the gods, baby.
No, dude, you were downplaying how he acted because I remember this.
Okay,
he got in the car. He went, "You need to get the fucking sweet tea." This motherfucker got in the car. He was like, "Austin, you need to get the sweet tea," and you were like, "Okay."
That shit tasted so fucking nasty, dude. It tasted like utter sugar. It was
nectar of the gods.
It was mud. It was like sugar with mud. That was it. It was so bad. I was sick.
The fuck kind of tea are you getting? I don't remember drinking mud.
I feel no sympathy because Brooks, I'm right here with you, bro. It's the nectar of the gods, my guy.
Yeah.
Like, when a good whole glass of sweet tea has half a pint of sugar in it, you know it's gonna be good.
Dude, I get like what Derek. I get headaches.
Dude,
if I drink
see how we make
sugar,
sweet tea at work. Oh my god. Okay,
so
we make a vat. Now, normally, whenever I first started working there, the sweet tea, the bags of sweet tea, literally had sugar pellets in it already. So whenever it brewed it and mixed it all together. Well,
yeah,
they got rid of that because first of all, the tea tasted like shit, and then second of all, it was too expensive. So they were like, okay, to be cheaper, we're gonna buy the actual just regular bags of tea, and then we'll just pour our own sugar in. Well, whenever we make the tea, we get a bag. I mean a bag, probably about that big.
Isn't like
it's like I think it's like
sugar syrup.
Sugar, literally a pound of sugar.
No, it's actual sugar. Yeah, that's fucking insane. And wait, so what's the hold on?
And that's still not sweet enough for people.
What's
like? There's some cooks in the back there like that's not sweet at all. You need to add more. I'm like, hell no.
That's what I was gonna ask, Brooks. Like, what's the ratio?
It's probably about 5 gallons of tea to one bag of sugar.
I thought you say 1 gallon of sugar. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so like a pound.
Yeah, it's 1/5 sugar. What the fuck?
God damn. That.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That even makes me like.
Oh my god.
And we still get complaints on like real deep Southern people that come into the restaurant and they drink that. And they're like, that's not sweet enough. I need more sugar. So they ask for like Sweet and Low or like Splenda to add to the sweet tea. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, the last place I worked at, I worked in the hood, and they love their sweet tea. So when I try to make it, they literally told me I could not make it anymore because it was not sweet enough. So
come here, white boy. We're gonna teach you how to make some damn sweet tea.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to put like the amount they tell me, and then like the next day they're like, "Did you make the tea yesterday?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "You're not making it again." I was like, "Why?" Like, because you didn't make it sweet enough. I'm like, "Dude, I put like giant cartons of sugar in it. It was 2 of them, like a whole pitcher full. It wasn't enough."
You said only 2?
Yeah, I said 2 giant like big.
I know, but he was like, only 2?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Did you make the same thing you made yesterday? Yes. You ain't making that shit
It's
again. Get someone else to make that shit. You understand me, boy? Sure. No problem. Yeah, no problem.
So I made a drink the other day, and going back to the cream soda, I made a drink, and it's called Peaches and Cream.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's peach crown with a little bit of peach schnapps or peach tree and cream soda. Bro.
Good.
So good. So good.
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
Hell yeah. Jake, now you said you had another topic. What's your other one?
Yeah. Okay, so
hey Jake.
Give it to me.
Oh my god.
We got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I need to know. I don't know if Brooks and Austin, you got to experience this. Because it might just be okay. What is your go-to fair food? Like, what is one thing that if you go to a fair, you cannot leave without going? Or
corn dog.
You motherfucker.
I fucking love fair corn dogs.
Big old fucking turkey leg.
Dude,
big old fucking turkey leg.
Also like those sausage on a stick.
I knew you were going to fucking say that. I can do it.
Brooks is like, I knew you like dick. I fucking knew it. So I don't really care. I don't really care if I narrow down where I live. I don't know I don't care if I narrow down.
You're like, here's my social.
Yeah, pretty much. Social security count or social security number, bank account, address. But I had the Tulsa State Fair, so it's just an annual fucking every year fair.
Name drop, brother. I'm just playing.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no.
But like it's like a multi-week long event and shit, and like you can get it's a big ass fair.
Is that like the same equivalent to the one like in Dallas?
Like the Dallas Fair?
I do not know, but pretty much because it's like it's more than just Oklahoma knows about it. It's just called the Tulsa State.
Yeah,
it's central, like it's central to everything.
The Oklahoma State Fair. I don't know how big the fair is in Texas, but the Oklahoma State Fair is like it just shows how fucking disgusting Oklahoma is. But Oklahoma State Fair is like the fucking Grammys to LA.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you know what I mean. You get what I'm getting at. It's like
it's the same.
Like I gotta go get me a corn dog, you fucker. Like it's just like people always got to go to that.
Yeah. Well, because like I said, it's more for even surrounding states because we have a lot of live music come, and it's all like big artists in that area and shit, obviously. And like I said, it's a 2 to 3 week event, so give or take. And
it's like the rodeo in Houston.
Yeah, they'll have like a week bill, and you can kind of decide which days you want to go. You can buy passes for certain days, etc. And so I get the Mega Ride Pass, which I can basically ride everything for free. But anytime I like spend a week at the fair or do the fair events, I dedicate one whole day to food. Just because I cannot ride those rides and eat the shit that I want to eat.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is a bad idea. So I'd say both of those are like guaranteed. Main reason why I told you that story is so I didn't sound fat ordering like 18 things. It's kind of like a sample. It's kind of like a sample thing with whoever I'm with. I don't scarf everything down, but it's like, oh, I want to try that. Let me try this. So definitely got a double hander, a corn dog or two, you know, just like depending on the party I'm with. Turkey leg. Yeah. You said what now?
Funnel cake.
Well, if I was going to do it, if you had to only pick one fair food to ever eat for the rest of your life, that might be included. So shit, fucking Oreo, deep fried Oreo.
Twinkies.
Yeah.
I had a deep fried cheesecake one time. Holy shit.
Fuck.
God damn it.
I don't know if y'all have ever had it, but a donut burger? It's probably just because I'm fat,
I've always wanted to try those. Just one.
Dude,
just once.
It's messy, but that shit busted.
I'm much such a minority because like none of that. I don't know.
It's about
none of that sweet sounds good to me at all. It's all about the cone dogs for me. That's all it is. I just like the cone dogs.
Yeah, because it's all those savory things. Like that's why, because kind of like
I'm a savor boy.
Like them salts.
Well, it's kind of like because the sweetest I like to get. Now they did have deep fried red velvet cake last year, so I had to try that. That shit was
busting.
But kind of like I'm about to buzz. I don't like cake for the reason like the frosting ratio is too much for me. It's too sweet. Yeah. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Kind of like Derek, the only cakes I'll tolerate are really tame in nature. Yeah. Like it's not sweet or like triple Godiva chocolate cake. Oh god, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Tres leche cake, dude.
Oh fuck yeah! Don't even get me started on tres leches. Oh no.
Tres leche.
Tres leches. It's triple titties, right? And that's what it's called. I don't know, something like that.
So yeah, because I always tell myself that I'm not gonna fucking hound down a whole turkey leg until I see somebody with it dripping down their forearm holding it, and I said, "God damn, this shit looking." You just kind of lean over like, "Hey man, you enjoying your time?"
Yeah, let me get one of them turkey legs. Yeah,
spread those turkey thighs nice and wide.
Yeah.
One beer, 2 beers,
1 beer, 2 beers, a margarita, some Jack Daniels.
Oh shit!
So I would probably say that one fair food that I couldn't like not go to the fair and get is a funnel cake. Because like that's like the guaranteed. Like I'm gonna walk around with it and look around, and everyone's gonna pick off my plate. That's like kind of just like a guaranteed thing.
Yeah.
That or kettle corn. Kettle corn's always kind of like a
Churro.
chatto.
Churro.
A chatto. Yeah, but so I'd probably say that those are like if I go to the fair, I have to at least get one just because of reputation.
Yeah.
Like, dude, did you get a funnel cake? Fuck no. Why the fuck did you go to a fair if you're not gonna get a funnel cake, dude?
Speaking of fair food, what is one topping you'll put on a corn dog? Or I guess which sauce?
Mustard.
But sometimes I do a mix. I do ketchup, mustard.
They're just pure sauerkraut.
Yeah. Sour cream?
I'm not that weird.
No, sorry. I was thinking hot dog. My bad. I was like, knowing Derek's taste buds, it's gonna be like anchovies or sauerkraut or some bullshit like that.
No, it's mustard. But you know, it's funny because like some corn dogs, depending on the fair you go to, the batter's sweet.
Yeah.
So you can taste it. Which in that case, I honestly don't mind it because like as long as the savory is more overpowering, then I'm cool with that. Because I'm like I said, I'm a savory boy. I'm not a sweet boy. I'm a savory boy. That's all it is. But yeah. The one topping would definitely have to be mustard. I don't know what it is. I just love me some mustard.
I love mustard.
Love some mustard, dude.
I put that shit on my chili. I put that shit
on everything.
Well, see, that's the weird thing, because I always grew up being like a ketchup guy, so anytime I needed to add something to a burger or something, anything else.
Speaking of ketchup, you want to tell them one of your favorite snacks to eat growing up, Jake? It involves bread and ketchup?
Oh, I knew somebody who did that.
Would you like to talk about your one of your favorite snacks growing up?
Wait, I'm confused. Is it literally just bread and ketchup? Because I can't remember.
100%. Sydney asked you, what do you want to eat? And you said ketchup between two slices of bread. She said, okay. You ate the entire thing?
Was I high back then, too?
No, you ate the entire thing, and you said, I want another. 100%.
Oh, dude, I remember somebody did the exact same thing, and he would just like...
I'm not gonna lie, thug nasty on you.
Ketchup.
Maybe I was just deprived of fucking ketchup and bread, so those were the two things I was craving. Maybe I was just like eating prison food for my beginning of life, and I was just like, you know what sounds good? Some bread and ketchup, because I have no flavor with anything. It's unseasoned chicken day.
Austin, what was your first reaction when you saw that person do it?
I think I didn't want to be friends with him anymore.
Jesus, I didn't go that far.
No,
I was just really. It was just weird to me.
Yeah, it was fucking weird to me.
Seen that
because this is whenever my, not his mom, but my other sister was babysitting us, and she asked him, "What do you want to eat?" And my first choice is always pizza. Like that's my favorite food. I was like, yeah, just order pizza, whatever. She loved Little Caesars. I did too. I was like, just get fucking Little Caesars. And for whatever reason, she asked Jake, what do you want to eat? I don't know if he was just on one being goofy as fuck like he usually is.
I was more than likely.
And he said, I want a ketchup sandwich. And Sydney is that person where she's like, I'm making your motherfucking ass a ketchup sandwich.
Yeah.
She did. He ate the whole fucking thing in front of her, and she was like,
I never did that besides that time. Like, that was never a snack that I ate.
Yeah.
Because, like, I am that guy that when I eat ramen, I'll put it between bread or something, because I'm going to carb load. Why not?
Yeah, I love carbs.
Like, I'm like, technically, if I put chicken ramen in between bread, it's a chicken sandwich. So, fuck you. Like, so I remember doing that very vividly all the time, but ketchup sandwich is just fucking weird. Like, I remember. But granted, I was a kid when this happened, so you can't compare me to an almost grown adult.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, some shit.
I just remember he had a plate, and he just like had this giant pile of ketchup, and he had a whole like loaf of bread, and he would just dip it and eat it.
Fuck yeah, man!
Ugh, like, I love ketchup. But that I almost just want to throw up that.
It's a BLT without lettuce and bacon.
That doesn't sound appetizing at all.
I had a cousin.
Oh, I'm sorry they passed.
Oh, God damn, I was going to say that too, but I was going to refrain. God damn it.
I have a cousin. Excuse me. I have a cousin who, whenever I was growing up, every time I went over to visit them for breakfast, they would take Sunbeam white bread, toasted buttered bread, or buttered toast, and dip it in their chocolate milk. Now, initially, Derek, the face that you're making is what I would make. about 5 years after I saw that and I tried it, actually pretty good.
Hot fire flame. Yo, this shit bussin', dog.
It's not bussin'. It's not bussin', but it's decent.
It's not like the ketchup sandwich.
It's worse than it's not as bad as the ketchup sandwich.
Well, but I haven't even tasted that, but I'm sure that would taste better than the ketchup sandwich. 100%.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking weeb eats a ketchup sandwich?
I think we're all looking at him right now.
No, dude. Okay, but no. You know those Vienna sausage containers?
I love Vienna sausages.
Okay,
yeah, we know.
Okay, so those were kind of like a guilty pleasure that my mom would always give me because they're cheap as fuck, and I would kind of eat them.
When he was a kid, he didn't fucking know. He thought that shit was a fucking gold mine when she'd get those.
Yeah, dude, bro, I would ask for it all the time. Now I'm not a big fan of all the separate flavors. The original is fire to me.
Yeah, just OG.
But the moment I remember being in high school, and the moment I saw somebody on the football team, one of my buddies, eat all of the sausages and then slurp the jelly out. Oh, bro, I'm dead. Like it wasn't the juice. It was like
it turns into like jelly.
It was congealed because he put it in the fridge, so it got cold, and he ate the fucking storage juice that it sits in. Like I'm telling you, like slurping it out.
Jake, your descriptive words are very descriptive.
Thank you.
It
shines in my writing, but it's you're good. Sounded like but
that's juicy.
Yeah, the moment I did that, I stopped buying them. Just because like
I think they came out with bigger portions now. You can buy bigger cans of them.
Yeah, dude, I see
my
them all the time.
My mom bought the barbecue flavored ones, and then that's why I got out of them. And after I had the barbecue flavored
I like running them under the hot water because I'll run the juice out.
Yeah.
And like when I run them under hot water, they'll like warm up.
Yeah.
Question.
I put it on bread with mayonnaise on it. It's actually pretty fucking good.
I never even made a sandwich like that. I just ate them out of the can.
When you guys eat the Vienna sausages, whenever you eat them, how do you approach them when you first eat them? Like which one?
Long ways.
No.
In the middle.
Right.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Exactly, the middle one.
Because
I was gonna say, I was like, why is it that's the most enticing one? Is the one in the middle? It's almost like an OCD thing.
It's kind of because it's so it's compact in there, so you open the middle so you get to the others, so they move around a little easier. Because I think it's the government. I got chubby sausage fingers, so sometimes I'll go in with a fork. And so I'll go in with a fork, stab the middle one, pull it out, and the ones that fall first, they're the first ones to die. So it's kind of like, oh, you've chosen your fate.
They're already dead.
You're next. Yeah.
So am I the only one that I put the whole can around my mouth and I smack the shit and all the sausages go down my throat at one time? Am I the only one?
I've never thought of that. I should probably start doing that.
Teach me your ways.
Yeah, dude. Please,
you have a skill.
It's so good. It's like so much meat at one time.
He shotguns a fucking can of Vienna sausage.
I fucking get the thing and I hit it.
Can and everything.
Derek, hands behind your back and just pick the hit with your mouth.
Fucking Vienna sausages.
Dude, that was one of my passwords.
Vienna sausage shooters.
That was one of your fucking usernames.
Oh, that was my usernames. Yeah. Vienna sausage lovers.
I told you to get online, and I was like, yeah, can you make a username? I was like, just make it whatever. You're like, all right, cool. And I was like, did you just make your name Vienna Sausage Lover? You're like, yeah, dude, it's fucking hilarious, right? I'm like, yeah, sausage, it's funny.
It's so together. I forgot about that. That was so long ago.
Vienna Sausage Lover, Jesus Christ.
Okay. So, y'all need to buckle up for this one. Senior year, I'm dating this girl.
Check your mirrors, bitch.
And asked her to go to prom with me. Said obviously she said yes. Yada yada yada. Well, her job was the day that I asked her to go to prom with me. Her job was to go home and tell her parents about it. And so she came up because I had to buy the tickets the next day. And the tickets were like $60 to go to prom. The prom thing. So
Jesus.
To buy that, I had to. It's like $120 for 2 tickets. It's crazy. So going
mine was maybe like 15 or 20.
Oh no. Our prom was like in downtown Houston. Like the high school we went to was like bougie.
Up at
Yeah, so was ours. Ours was in a fucking skyscraper penthouse. It was fucking weird, but like
it's the same
for Tulsa,
thing.
so it wasn't like 60 stories up, but like it was still like pretty expensive. But I mean, shit, maybe it's just because it's Oklahoma and there's shit. But
so she goes and she tells me, she proceeds to tell me that her parents got the okay, that they were fine with it. So
he's white.
As time progresses and it gets closer and closer, I go pick her up. Well,
so romantic.
She's not dressed at all.
She's already naked. Fuck yeah.
And she's running out of her house. How are you running out of your house? Well, she tells me that her parents were busy with something and they said, go ahead and go and have a good time. So I get a call. She gets dressed in the vehicle with me while I'm driving. Crazy. It's crazy.
Can I ask you a question? At this point, have you ever seen her family breathing?
No.
Okay. So there's a lot of shows that I watch that would basically use this as evidence that they were dead in the living room. She's like, no, you don't have to meet them. It's fun. We don't need to do that.
They were alive in this story. They were all alive for sure. So,
I was like, how crazy
and I'll tell you why.
I'll
tell you why in just a minute. So, she gets dressed, and we get to where we're taking our pictures at, our prom pictures at, and there's where the limo is sitting there waiting for us to go. She gets a call from her dad asking her where she's at. Well, didn't you tell him where you were going? And she goes, to be honest with you, no, because they would have told me no. And at this point, I've already bought tickets. We've already got pictures done. We're already ready to go. And through the phone, I could hear her dad up just
through the fire and the flames.
For sure. God. And the mom is threatening to call the cops because she
Austin, were you there? Did you guys joint go to prom?
Yeah.
So you were observing.
I didn't know the story of what happened until
the day after.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't like seeing you freak out or doing all. Okay.
No. They're actually surprisingly calm about it. It was.
Me and her kept very calm about it because if we weren't, the whole night was going to be ruined. So we just stayed calm and collected.
You just blazed it up and went in there. Fuck yeah, dude.
So she's on the phone with her dad, and she gets her dad and her mom to calm down. And she goes, "Oh, look, nothing's going to happen. We're going to go and have this time, and then whatever consequences I have coming my way, I'll take it. Whatever." So
a death. We
go and have our dance. Dance is fine. We come back and we're chilling at our house for the after party or the after prom thing, like everybody does. We had a party at our house with a whole bunch of friends that we went with, and so, I think I ended up bringing her home that night, and I come back and I explained to my mom the day after what had happened, and she goes, "Okay, that's very strange, and there's probably some things you probably should have done a little bit better in order for that not to be a thing. But anyway, we're past that. Now it's time to fix it." So I go, and my mom's like, "Okay, I think the best way for you to fix this is for you to go over there to her house and talk to her parents and let her parents know what happened and to apologize." And you would think that is a horrible idea. Horrible. Like, that's the last thing you should ever do.
That's when Morgan Freeman's commentary comes in. It was in fact not okay.
Such a mom thing to say.
Yeah. So it is. So what I did is I ended up going over there and I ended up talking to her mom and her dad. Well, I'm knocking at the door, and her parents are outside in the backyard working on the backyard. and she's grounded at this point because she, that's what her punishment was. She's grounded. So I knock at the door, and her and her older sister answer. It's like, "Why are you here? You shouldn't be here." I'm like, "Look, I feel like if I don't do this, this is going to get much worse than it should be." So I go and explain to them, say, "Look, I apologize. I know I probably should have came in and asked you first. I should have done this whole thing way better than I should have." And the dad and the mom were like, "It's not your fault. You're fine. It's her fault. She's all to blame for it. She didn't say anything. You're all good." And he gave me a handshake, and the mom hugged me.
Bro,
and,
you got to phrase that better, bro. And he gave me a hand job, and then
he shook my hand.
I know, but the way it was leading,
I understood him. He said handshake. Your mind's just all over the place.
I know. Yeah, but if he would have hesitated 1 second, you need to phrase that better.
Right. I get that. So, and on top of that, I had my license, but my mom drove us. So my mom was there, but I did all the talking. My mom didn't do anything. She was literally out in the back watching me do all this. So they go up to my mom and shake my mom's hand. "You did such a good job raising your son. He handled this situation like a real gentleman," so on and so forth.
Wow, dude, weird flex.
And it's so funny because after that, she came to school the next day, and she's like, "What did you say to my parents?" I'm like, "Well, I just said such and such." Because I think you're the coolest guy ever. Like, what did you do? I could have sworn this was going to be a lot worse because her dad looked a little bit intimidating. He's very, very tall, super long hair, long beard, very gruff looking. And the mom is this tiny little thing. So the mom is like not as intimidating as the dad, but
I would hope not.
So
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
I went from being public enemy number one in the household to being this awesome dude in a matter of a day. So it ended light, but it could have ended a lot worse.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be one of those first half, second half. You're like, yeah, they shook my hand and they put a gun to my fucking head.
And the crazy thing is that I went many years later. I'm 22 or 23.
Yeah.
And I'm on the rocks in Atascocita, and they're both there drinking. I ended up drinking with them for a little while. It was crazy.
Oh my god!
Crazy.
What the fuck? I feel like you told me that story before, but yeah. What the fuck, dude? Austin, you got one?
Yeah. Oh man, this is a weird one. Okay, so
this one's a doozy.
Yeah, so it was a couple of years ago, and I was living with my fiance, and where we lived at wasn't the best place to live at, but it wasn't that bad. It was just that area was getting worse the more we were living there. So, but there was one night, it was she got off work really late. I think it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were hungry. So, but she just got home, so I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some food." So I go and
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I go and get food. I think it was McDonald's or something. So I went to go get food, and before I went to go get to my car, there was this dude that was walking in the street, and he was staring at me. It was really weird, but he was staring at me. And then as I got in the car in the parking lot, I drive back and I go forward towards him, and he's in the parking lot as well, and he hides behind a car. I'm like, fuck, this is weird. I'm kind of worried because he's staring at me for some weird reason. So I'm calling my fiance and I'm telling her hey, there's this weird dude out there and I don't know what he's doing, but he gave me this weird eye. He's just giving me this weird look.
You said this is in your apartment complex, or
yeah, this is my apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was hiding behind a car and I don't know what the fuck he was doing. So I was like, okay, well I'm probably gonna park in a different area, and he probably might not be there when I come back. Well, so I get my food, I get the food, and I'm driving. I drive back into the parking lot, and he's there again. He's still hiding because he sees me. He's hiding, but there's another guy right next to him I just see his head, and I don't see him. And I don't see the rest of his body. I just see his head. And I see the other guy just staring at me. And so I'm still on the phone with her, and I'm like, okay, well, I see them. I don't know what's going to happen, but I need to get out. But I do park at a certain area. I do park a little bit further, and I'm sitting in the car, and I'll probably sit in there for maybe another extra 5 minutes. So all right, fuck, I'm gonna walk out. So I walk out, and I take 4 or 5 steps, and all of a sudden I hear 3 steps, these 3 harsh steps behind me. I turn around. This dude is butt ass naked. And I turn around like, oh my god! I just scared out of my head. He's I literally didn't see him until I turned around.
Just fucking, bro, just fucking,
he just came out of nowhere. Exactly. So
no, bro, it's full tucked. He's just running at him, fucking.
Oh my gosh! So I'm freaked the fuck out, but I literally told him "Are you okay? Are you okay?" He's just holding his junk.
You said more than I would have at that point.
Well, yeah, right. But I was on the phone with my fiance, so I wasn't sure
this
how
guy's
to
dick
react.
is enormous. Holy shit, his hog is huge.
Is that why you got scared? You're like, Jesus Christ, is that a third leg?
It probably could have been.
I can't tell which legs he's walking with and which ones he's trying to fuck with.
You're like, damn, dude, it's even 30 degrees outside. Good for you.
Is that a third stand? Fuck.
God damn.
Baby, I'm sorry.
But yeah, she literally heard me scream. Was that you screaming? Yeah, dude, you sound like a fucking girl right there. I was like, dude, that scared the shit out of me. He was 2 feet behind me. And he was just butt ass naked. And I was like,
he could have fucked me.
Exactly. So I turn around and I'm like, dude, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine, whatever. So he walks away, and it's dark, and you don't see him. He just goes in the night.
He fades away like Batman in the dark.
Wait a minute. Are we gonna ignore the fact that this dude had his dick in his hand? He said, "You all right?" He goes, "Yeah, no, I'm chill, whatever, bro."
Exactly.
How are we gonna get past the fact that he was stalking you, and you asked him how he was doing? He's like, "I'm good, bro. Yeah, whatever." Yeah, just walks away.
No, bro. It would have been even more funny if he's like, "Yeah, you cool?"
He'd be like, "You cool?"
I guess so. Just fucking Austin starts stripping down.
Do I need to take my shirt off?
Yeah, I guess if this is what we're doing, fuck it,
Yeah, dude. I just literally, that experience, that really, that was a weird experience. I'd say
fuck that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Because I didn't know what the fuck he was doing. I don't know if maybe because he was running away from somebody, maybe he was with this chick and the boyfriend was in town or was back, so he had to climb over a fence or climb over a window to escape or something like that.
The old dick in hand bandit.
Yeah, he was
the one-punch bandit.
Oh god,
finally met his match.
Yo, I wondered if I'm still banned from that place.
The one-eyed Willy bandit.
Oh man, yeah, that was probably one of my traumatic experiences. That was pretty terrifying.
Fuck that. Hey, I'm with you though. I'm a paranoid motherfucker. Every time if I go out and take out my trash, I make sure I wear a hoodie and I put my gun in my hoodie.
Yeah,
just take out the trash, 100%.
I mean, it was just a weird thing. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and you have this dude right behind me, literally 2 feet behind me, and he's got his junk in his hand, That's terrifying, dude. That is honestly the most terrifying.
What if his question was
in his hand than his junk in the fucking in your trunk? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what if he was like, "You got any soap?" It's like, whoa,
whoa,
Jesus Christ!
It's you're like bar or liquid. He's like liquid. All right, we'll be right back.
Fucking dish soap. Jesus
well,
Christ.
Jake, you got a crazy story?
A crazy story?
What you said? What now?
I said you got a crazy story. Good.
Sir. Oh, I thought you were asking him if it was the end of the story. I was waiting for his response. Yeah. So I would say mine is kind of recent. it was more or less like a third person kind of viewing, or like just me experiencing and watching it. It wasn't really crazy to me. But it was right when Live PD kind of went off the air because America. And so one morning, I used to work overnights, and I would leave at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And so I went into the Walmart parking lot back when they were open 24 hours.
Yikes.
And I remember pulling in, and all I see is a bunch of police sirens. And like the way they're parked, they like, I guess, parked around a truck so it couldn't leave the parking spot it was in. And whenever I pulled up to a spot, kind of whenever I see police, I feel like I should just observe, like just kind of like, and just watch, like just because I love live PD, I love cops.
Yo, you guys taping a live show? Oh shit!
so I'm that guy. I'm one of those people that like whenever I see like a wreck on the highway or something, I'll look over and watch it the whole time and probably call it another wreck.
I hate those people.
So I'm sitting there. Yeah, sorry. So I'm sitting there and I pull in and all I see is this one dude in a Speedo or a thong or whitey tighties. I couldn't tell where I was sitting. It was like this skinny, frailed, kind of goblin-looking man, and he was just avoiding being tackled, fucking running around in circles, probably methed out of his absolute.
I'm the greased up deaf guy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how he was. Because if they get him on the ground, they would like lose traction on him, and he would just like kind of ninja roll out of it and still keep. He wasn't trying to get away. He was just running around in like figure eights and circles, just like kind of flipping them off and fucking around. And it was so funny because there was 4 police vehicles there, and I think the whole shindig ended when there was 9 total. Like there was so much backup involved, and the point where because his beat up truck was just sitting there, and I guess that's when he was sleeping or something, and they tried to like arrest him because he was inebriated or whatever. And so he was dodging all that, and then when they finally got him handcuffed on his stomach, you see him trying to like roll or pivot his hips up and like get traction. He's trying to get on his knees and like flip himself up and shit. And they're pinning him down on his shoulders so his legs are just flailing. And it's so fucking funny because, like I said, I don't know how he was so strong because he probably weighed like $120. Yeah. He was like 60 years old, PCP. Soaking wet, had that pot belly. Yeah, had that pot belly and shit that some old retired people get, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid to get old. So I don't understand how he was manhandling and dodging probably the Tulsa PD gang unit, and it was probably like a 45-minute endeavor where I completely forgot that I needed groceries, and I was just observing this dude basically because all it reminded me of was the news story where you hear the Florida man dodges like 15 police officers while masturbating furiously. Like it's that headline. Like that shit is so hilarious, and that's all I was picturing. I was like, when is he gonna fucking just start beating it? Is this what they do? When is he just gonna completely go unhinged and just fucking beat his meat on every cop? Like, good lord.
I'll come over. I fucking want to.
Here's yours.
Yeah.
You're mine.
These are the thoughts I'm having when I'm like commentating this whole event like I'm a fucking sportscaster. Like, oh, he slips away again. These guys are no match for greased up deaf guy. Oh my god!
Hey, wait,
was he deaf on every man?
Was he deaf?
I don't know. Oh. I don't fucking know. He wasn't running around. Oh, you can delete this. He wasn't running around going, oh no, like so. I mean, write a marker down. You kind of asked for that. I'm sorry.
I didn't ask for shit.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, dude. He did something. You see that thing where I say something bad and Austin just jumps right in and saves my ass? What does that say? I can't read it.
Edit out 2 hours 42 minutes 3 times. I've changed it twice since you did that thing. Yeah.
Well, that was a quote from a movie. If y'all seen the Goonies.
Yeah, you just compared sloth to deaf people.
Oh my god.
Oh my my God.
I won't have to write it down because I'm sure I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this shit for the next 5 minutes, even if I said anything. That's funny.
Oh, that was good.
It was just the way he was like, "What? I wasn't really like saying anything bad." I was like, "You didn't say anything good. That's for damn sure."
Trying to think crazy story. I'm gonna try to leave out hospital work because that's just too easy.
That's what I was trying to figure out what I could add that wouldn't like go into my deep dark secrets. I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't experience
well, it's
the
not
world.
deep dark at the hospital. I'm just saying, like, hospital's easy because I've encountered fucking plenty of crazy people in weird situations.
Yeah.
I had a fucking escaped convict break into the bathroom. I'm taking a shit. Like, literally broke out of the handcuffs while the cop was taking a shit.
Oh my God.
Came to try to hide in my bathroom. I forgot to lock it. And I'm like,
Well, I kind of have another crazy question if you want to, like, take a minute.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want to ask one, saying, I mean, I have one,
Well,
but it's like, you guys have already heard it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it paranormal-ish?
Oh, no, it's not like haunted mom, dad house, nah.
Well, I kind of wanted to ask, what is the most vivid, to this day, most vivid? I don't know if y'all have memories like me, but I can just remember shit like this off the whim. But, like, what's the most vivid, I guess, nightmare or dream you've ever had that you, like, no matter what, how long it's been, you still remember, like, all the details and you wish, like, when you went back to sleep, you could get back in that?
Oh, you mean like a good vivid nightmare?
Huh?
You mean like a good, or I mean not a good nightmare, but you mean like a good dream, a good vivid dream?
Like, just something so vivid, like, whether it's, like, a dream that you're like, bro, that dream slapped. Like, if you're, like, when you were 10, you dreamt of something crazy, and you're like, man, I wish I could just dream of that dream again, or just have that dream over. Like, whether it was a nightmare that's so vivid, like, so scary that you just remember every detail in it, or a dream that, like, you just won't ever forget. Or it was kind of like your Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like, you can't tell if you're asleep or not.
I mean, I have one that I don't wish I could go into, but I still remember this. And
it doesn't have to be like a good dream. It could be a bad nightmare.
So besides that one about the sleep paralysis one that we told in that one episode, the other one that I remember is this was when I think it was in the same house. I don't know. It's probably because it's haunted, but I think this is in the last house that I lived in with my parents. But anyways, one of my older sisters, Sydney, we never had the best relationship, so I would always have random nightmares about her, which is really weird. Usually don't have like nightmares about like, you know, like family members as far as like when it comes to like, I don't know, like I mean, we never like fought each other. Well, that's a lie. But
I wasn't even there, and I know that's a lie.
Yeah. So I had this one, and it's such a weird thing because I never watched anything about this certain creature ever anywhere. But I basically had this dream where I was inside a abandoned mall, and I was running around, and then it started to fill up with water. It had nothing to do with me needing to pee either. Like I'm terrified of water, so I'm walking through this abandoned mall, and all of a sudden I'm inside this clothes store, and you know, like those old style racks like they used to put out with clothes where it had like, I mean, I guess not old style, they still have them, but like now they're clearance racks, like the little turning ones. Mm-hmm. So I was like, for whatever reason, I was almost like playing a game where I was like going around, like figure eighting between them, kind of like having fun, and the water was getting a little bit higher each time. And then I started feeling the water getting hot, almost to a point where I was like, ah, shit, oh, it's fucking hot. And then I started feeling a rumble, like something was moving towards me. So I was like, what the fuck? So I just kept doing my figure eights, not worrying about a motherfucking thing. And then all of a sudden I hear like a fucking like weird like something like crackly or whatever, like almost like a fucking zombie thing. And then I turn around and then I see it's my sister's deformed face on top of a fucking dragon and her face is turned into like this dragon of some sort, and she's breathing fire at me, and then the water starts turning into lava, and then I'm running away from her as she's spewing flames at me, and I'm trying to run away, and then all of a sudden, as I'm running away and I get out of the store, I'm inside the ocean, but the ocean is like, it's like the mall or whatever, like, but then like it's filled up with water essentially. I'm like in an underground, like, you know, mall or whatever, and like it's filled up with water. And of course I have no breathing apparatus or anything. And then her face is on a giant fucking shark swimming in the distance. Okay? And I have to swim to this certain area to get fucking air. And then it sees me, and it starts fucking chasing after me. And it's like, I mean, usually in dreams, you can kind of like remember. I remember like every fucking detail of how the shark looked. It had like certain scars on the right. like some of its teeth were like a little bit bigger than the other. And as I get to the point, I feel like a tug on my fucking leg, and then a sharp pain. And when I woke up, it's because I got a Charlie horse. Because I was kicking to get away. I guess a sleep paralysis, I guess you could say. But I was kicking to get away, to get up to the top, and I kicked so hard that I Charlie horse, because in the dream she bit me and pulled me down and, like, you know, killed me, and I woke up. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, why the fuck did I have this dream? Dude, I hadn't talked to her in like 2 months. This is when she had moved. I was the only one left in the house. Like, it's so fucking weird that I would have that type of vivid ass dream. From a fucking dragon to a shark? Like, I'm not even afraid of dragons, so I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Well, I've heard that if you have a dream of somebody, they actually are thinking about you.
Yikes! Well,
whenever I dream about my 5th grade crush and girlfriend, it's kind of awkward because she's married now. But it's like, bro, does your husband know that you still think about me? You fucking weeb. But, you know, I mean, that trip to Biztown was really fire. You know what I mean?
I mean, all the other vivid dreams I remember are very sexual, of course, about, you know, Hollywood actors.
Yeah, damn right.
I was just about to say, I think I remember.
David Hasselhoff will forever be my favorite dream.
It was like 10 years old or something. I made out with Britney Spears, and that was like, that's probably what I would go back to.
Hell yeah.
Is that why she went crazy and shaved her head?
Probably.
She was thinking about you.
She had that dream and she thought about me, and I was like,
God,
I gotta shave my head.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's just like one of many like weird fucking. I mean, it was probably when I was watching, like, you know, horror films and stuff like that. It makes sense. I mean, yeah. But like, it's just crazy that it was her, because she wasn't even like on my mind the day before. But for whatever reason, maybe Sydney was said in one of the movies, probably. You know, usually it does like a you know, in the back of your mind, it's like, oh, Sydney is actually related to you, but I'm not going to put it full frontal inside of your mind. When you go to sleep tonight, she's going to be the dragon.
No, it was probably in Australia, Sydney, Australia, and it probably popped up.
Yeah, it could have been that too. Now, great. Now that you said that, I'm having a fucking dream where she's a goddamn dragon again. Cool.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, that's just that one. I remember that one, having it when I was like 13, 14. Insane.
Yep. Yeah, I'm really bad at remembering dreams, but I remember a couple, and I think I brought up one of them in one of our past episodes. It was the one about Brooks being killed.
Jesus,
like, you guys are so sweet.
It wasn't intentional. It was like a gang of people like beating the shit out of him and then killing him. And me watching.
Who the fuck were they?
And it was a recurring dream, like, over years and years.
Who the fuck was kicking his ass? Who the fuck was it?
People, like, a bunch of...
Give me names.
Tony, Jeff.
Tony, Jose, Jeff.
Yo, where the fuck is Tony? Hey, yo, Tony. Hey, Tony. Hey, Tony. I heard you beating up my friend Brooks, and you killed him, dog. Where you at, Tony? Hey, yo, Tony. Damn, dude. So, like, did you watch, like, the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, literally, what I remember is me and Brooks were playing, in the woods and just climbing trees and stuff like that. And a group of people randomly came up to us, and I think they were just wanting something from us, and they literally pushed me away, and then they just beat the shit out of Brooks, and to the point they killed him. And they walked away, and I'm just like sitting holding him, crying. And I was like, I think every couple, like I think once or twice a year would pop up from like the age of like 5 to like 10, and that was like that whole time that would happen when those dreams would come up. So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie,
how...
but that's like a good plot to a movie.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm not saying like you stole it, but like that's like a good opening to like a movie.
He's like, I'm not saying it should be you in the movie. I'm just saying like,
it's a good story.
If we could get some neutral characters.
Well, he's talking about when he's 5 and 10. I'm pretty sure he can't pass for a 5-year-old.
No, I'm talking about like you just involving his name in general.
Yeah, because at that point it would be a comedy if Brooks got killed by a group of 5-year-olds. That would be like something from Step Brothers.
Eat this dog shit.
Damn, dude!
You got a belly full of white dog shit.
See, I feel like that's a twin thing though, because you had it like a reoccurring thing because twins have separation anxiety. So I feel like you were probably on the point where like maybe Brooks was visiting somebody or playing with someone else without you. You probably subconsciously were like jealous, not of him hanging out with a different friend and you wanted that friend to like you. It's because Brooks was not hanging out with you.
I think I agree with you. I think that it did start when me and Brooks did decide to have like our own rooms when we were growing up. And I do remember there was like one time I was at my aunt's house and we spent the night or like a weekend there, and he was there, but he was like on the other side, and it was on the other side of the house and slept. And it was like, I think that was like another probably indication of something like that. It was like being separated from somebody. And that was actually rough for me growing up, because I mean I was with Brooks every time growing up. So
damn.
Yeah. I'm glad that doesn't pop up in my head anymore.
Well, tough shit now. You're gonna pop in your head when you go to sleep tonight.
Probably.
Brooks is like, dumb motherfucker.
I'm 28 now, so I can probably go and beat the shit out of all of them because it's my dream.
I'm gonna laugh if they're like 45-year-olds. And Brooks is still 5.
One's got like diabetes. Fuck.
That would mean they wouldn't beat him up. What the hell?
Well, I would like
that's funny as
fuck. They're probably allergic to peanut butter, so I just stuff peanut butter in their mouth.
You just say electric tipped peanut butter?
No, he said they'd probably be allergic to peanut butter.
Am I high?
He said they'd probably be allergic to peanut butter, so he would throw peanut butter in their mouth.
Did you just say electric tipped peanut butter? I'm not gonna lie, that's what I heard, dude.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my gosh. Oh my head.
Does anybody else got one? Got a fucking vivid dream? I know, Jake, you asked a question. Brooks, do you have one?
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, I've had like the dreams of like my family turning into zombies, which is like your typical
shit.
Like I think I just got done watching a zombie movie whenever I was like 12. One of those typical like nightmares you have whenever you watch a horror movie.
Yeah.
And then I had one a while back. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know how I know the time frame, but I remember having this dream of a girl that I went to high school with, and like for some reason the dream, it was a pleasant dream because it's like got married to her and had a family and like literally lived a whole separate life in this dream like it was my own. And then I woke up and obviously it wasn't. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, it was completely random. It was completely random. Like, I hadn't talked to her in years. I might have like glanced at a picture of her on Facebook or something like that, just to like it was like something that I saw for a split second on Facebook and completely forgot about it. And then I went to bed that night and I have a whole ass dream about her, like growing old and shit. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy how dreams do that shit. How they just like you see like one little glance and then that's like the dream is the most vivid shit you've ever had in a while.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember there was one time I
like,
actually I asked out a girl like I think it was like 3rd grade.
Fucking
I asked out a girl because of a dream. Because I had this dream of this chick, and I was like, "Oh, I had a dream," and then I asked her out.
Please tell me. Please tell me. You started off with "I had a dream."
I should have.
No, and the crazy thing about my dream
is
that I still remember like all the physical contact, like.
Ooh, like, yeah, you do.
Like all the touching and everything, I felt all that.
Fuck!
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like all my other ones are like sexual, and I remember I remember how they feel. It's fucking.
I remember how wet they were.
Okay, let's calm down. Brooks is like, "That's it."
I'm glad you said it and I didn't.
That shit was
so moist.
All right, Jake.
All right, Jake, what's your crazy ass dream?
Oh, so I'm not gonna lie, Brooks kind of emasculated me whenever he said, "Oh, I'm not gonna do the basic family turning into zombies kind of story," because like everybody does that shit, and now I'm just like, that's me. I'm everybody.
Yikes!
But mine's a little different and unique because Derek knows this. I was a real big fan of Left 4 Dead back in the day, and Left 4 Dead 2. To the point where I would play that all night, every night for as long as we used to play Call of Duty back in the day. For basically 6 to 8 hours after school every day. Campaign after campaign, killing zombies. Here to take names and kick ass and vice versa. So I pictured the dream that I had. This is when I was like maybe 11, 12. So zombies was all in my mind. And so it was basically me being one of the characters in the campaign, but every special infected in the game, like all the crazy monsters, the tank and everything, were people that I knew or were like family members, close friends, etc. And I had to put their ass down. Now, it was just haunting because like just the way the character art looks, me seeing like those faces. It's kind of like watching The Thing, where it's like all your close loved ones kind of looking grotesque and trying to attack you, harm you, kill you, kind of like the opening of Dawn of the Dead or whatever. Family and shit. Yeah.
Is that the sequel to Montesquieu? I'll go.
Okay.
Yikes. So yeah, it was one of those things where it was kind of like, but it wasn't like a heroic mission. It was like me with no weapon running from the shit that's hunting me down. That's clearly like I got shit jumping on walls, zombie. I got a fucking tank that's throwing cars. I'm like, like just helpless and shit. Most of the vivid ones are like that, or like a Jeepers Creepers one. That movie kind of fucked me up.
That movie fucked me up.
So like I pictured like the dream that I can remember. It started with us like running out the front door of our house during like a blood moon, like in the middle of the night, like just in the middle of the neighborhood. And all we see is like us frantically get in the car. It's like the opening cutscene of a movie. Like you just don't know what's happening yet. They're just like, oh, get the shit in the car, get in the fucking car. And then we run. And then I remember like looking out the back door or the back window, like it's Jurassic Park, like watching the T-Rex chase after you and shit. And all I see is this winged bat creature shoot from the center of our house, and like it's 60 feet in the air, and like, oh shit! so like that's one vivid scene that I just remember. Like just most of mine are associated with like horror movies or horror. Horrific games. So yeah, that's mainly where mine are. Like I said, paranormal stuff fucks with me. So typically, it's like if I think there's a ghost watching me, like shit. Even to this day, I'll wake up and like pull my foot up because it's dangling off the bed. I'm like, oh shit! You almost fucking got me, you bastard!
You bastard.
Yeah, I'll tuck my feet in under the blanket. I'm like, can't fucking get me
Dude,
now.
I can't sleep without having my feet covered. I can't.
So it's like I'll still have moments like that where I feel like I'm about to get like that foot tickle with my foot hanging off the bed, where it's like of the gown, like either her hand or the gown grazing me that she's like walking. I'm like, okay, nothing's here. Or
So
like,
apparently, crazy fact about sleeping is
don't
that
fucking do this to me.
I have to go to sleep
I
in 30 minutes.
have to sleep tonight.
You know what? Fuck it. Say it.
If you jolt in your sleep, like you like wake up and you're like kicking or anything like that, that's your body telling you to wake up and that you're in the middle of dying.
Great.
So,
Awesome.
I've heard that.
Fun fact. That's your body telling you to kickstart. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go to sleep at all tonight. Both their faces are just in shock.
I don't really believe, maybe if it's in like a comfort sleep, but I don't believe that like if I'm having a nightmare or a vision like that, that's why I'm jolting awake. But I could be wrong. Go ahead.
Do you mean dying in your dream or IRL?
IRL. And guess what? I do it like very frequently. I have very bad sleep apnea, so
now I don't know if that's
it's probably not good.
maybe,
But
yeah, well maybe it's a specific like kind of jolt or reason why you're jolting, because maybe that's like a case by case thing. Because
it's
like,
I think it's mostly your breathing. Like if your breathing is irregular while you're sleeping and your lungs can't like have the right amount of air, it's your body, like your heart and your brain telling you to move, because once you move and you're up, then that's when your body can regulate the air back again. So it's not so much you're about to die, it's just that you're close to like getting to that point. Like you're never going to get to that
either
point.
just died or he's researching this.
Yeah.
Researching it. Because I'm trying to.
Well, because I don't look into a lot of
himself.
things. I don't look into a lot of sleep related things because they do kind of scare me a little bit. Mainly with how much.
And it makes sense because it's at your weakest point. Like that's the weakest
I
point
don't have a weak
life.
point.
Well, wait a minute. Okay. Because maybe I'm reading a different one. Do you mean like right when you're falling asleep? You know, okay, for instance, like whenever you're fucking exhausted, right?
Yeah.
And you're in one of those states where, like, let's say you're so exhausted you're going to bed before your usual bedtime that your body's used to because you're so tired. Like whenever you fall asleep and like you fall asleep in like a fucking, one of these positions where you're like all contorted and your body jolts because you're like, all right, that's not the correct way to sleep. Let's get in your regular position. Like where that, are you talking about that? Or are you talking about when you're dead asleep and you jolt
Just
when you wake up?
REM, like,
oh, when you're
like
in full
in the
REM
middle
sleep.
of REM sleep.
Okay. Yeah, because the one that I saw, it's saying like it just means that you experience something when you're startled or scared, which I thought that's what you meant when you're going with it, not the fucking death part. What the hell?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like that's what I thought it was too. Whenever you jolt, like you're having, like, let's say you're having the fear of falling, like you're falling and you're about to hit something. And the moment you hit the ground, you like jolt up and you're like, "Whoa, that was crazy."
I take the hit.
Stuff like that. But
yeah, that was nuts, dude. I died. Fuck that.
It's just so I can experience a respawn.
I'm legitimately gonna, now when I wake up from one of those jolts, I'm gonna say, "You motherfucker, Brooks. God damn it, fuck you." You know what? Brooks, I'm gonna fucking text you every time I get one of those. Like, you son of a bitch.
He's gonna do that, and he's gonna be like, "Fuck, my heart's closing even more." Shit. Like, oh.
So there's two different ones. So apparently, I think what I got my information from is just somebody being an asshole and saying that that's what it is. That's not what it is.
Oh,
so
okay.
We're good. But there's two different kinds of jerks, if you want to call it that.
Yeah,
There-
Jake and me.
Whoa, yeah, there
The
is.
hypnotic jerk is a sudden
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
strong
My dick jerk,
involuntary
you know.
twitch or muscle contraction. This occurs
Oh,
when the
I'll show you a
individual-
muscle
Jake,
contraction.
shut the
This
fuck
is-
up.
This occurs while a individual is beginning to fall asleep. The
Okay.
same phenomenon is called a hypnic jerk if it occurs upon awakening. So there's a jerk that's when you're about to fall asleep, and there's a jerk when you're about to wake up.
I don't know if you can read that, but it's kind of like my notepad yesterday or earlier. It says, "The more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap. Stay safe, eat cake."
I told you, my inspiration.
Jake, just do it
Yeah.
already.
You're my role model.
Okay, all right, just for you. Fucking cinder, bud.